Welcome back to Nerd Rage. I'm your host, the opinionated nerd, Spazcat. Today's episode is about episode 3 from Fear the Walking Dead, entitled The Dog. We start with Travis, his son Chris, and his ex-wife Liza trying to ride out the riot with the Salazar family in their barbershop. And then we see Madison with Nick and Alicia, with Madison feeding Nick drugs to keep him out of withdrawals, while waiting for Travis and the others to come back so they can all head to the desert. Which is fucking stupid if you ask me. I mean, why the fuck would you wait? Why not get your kids away from danger and just wait for your boyfriend to meet you later? Back at the barbershop, you see some tension beginning with the Salazars and the others, and then a fire starts in the business next door, which forces them out into the midst of the riot to make a run for Travis's truck to escape. Outside, we see just how bad the chaos has gotten. Not only is there a serious riot going on, but there are walkers tearing people apart left and right, and most of the rioters are too busy looting or destroying things to even notice, which makes them even more vulnerable to being walker chow. While Madison and the kids start playing Monopoly while waiting, some scaffolding falls due to water sprayed from a fire truck and falls on Griselda. Travis miraculously is able to carry her the rest of the way to the truck, which I can't believe due to adrenaline. What I can't believe is the truck being untouched and fully functional in the middle of a fucking riot. I mean, we see other cars destroyed and set on fire, not even a single window broken on their truck. Get the fuck out, that's not realistic. We see poor Griselda's foot is fucked up, and Liza, who you find out is a nurse, says they need a doctor. And the viewers know that's not gonna fucking happen. There's some mysterious talk about what happened to Madison's husband that will no doubt be revealed later, but it's pretty obvious he died. As much as the writers are trying to make you interested in their past, it's just not anywhere near as interesting as the other stuff happening with Travis and the others, because shit is actually happening. We see Travis and the others drive slowly by a hospital, and we see just how chaotic and bad things are there. As fans, we all know hospitals are the worst places to be during the outbreak because of the morgues and all the weak, ill people on the verge of death. But then Liza stupidly says, "Another hospital? Another hospital? Really?" Luckily, Daniel is smart enough to realize they will all be like that and turns it down. Thank God somebody has their head in all this. Back with Madison and the kids in Boringville, the kids are asking about leaving and whether or not Travis is really coming back to get them, or if he's just leaving with his old family. Then shit starts actually happening, with mysterious noises that turn out to be a German Shepherd looking for shelter. Unfortunately, the dog starts barking and attracts their neighbor turned walker towards them, and they run next door to get their neighbor's shotgun to defend themselves. They find the gun and start loading shells when the dog starts going crazy at their house. From the window, they watch the dog try to defend itself from the hungry walker, but he ultimately loses. The family decides to stay at their neighbor's and hide when Travis and the others suddenly show up and are about to walk into a house with the walker inside. Now the question is, do you stay quiet to avoid alerting the walker, or do you make enough noise to alert your loved ones of the danger? In this case, I'd say it's safe to make noise. While you don't know if there are more walkers nearby, but it's safe to assume there aren't any hordes yet. Even if there are, they'd be in the city center where the riot is, so it would be manageable if you attracted a few other walkers. Whether or not our unprepared, almost unwilling survivors could handle it is still yet to be seen. And of course, it takes Madison and the kids a lot longer to get back to their house than it did to get to the neighbors for the gun, because tension. Travis and the others find their neighbor Peter chowing down on the dog, and Peter tries to attack and eat Travis, while Alicia runs back for the rest of the shotgun shells and discovers one of their neighbors, Susan, has turned as well. Probably from an intentional overdose, judging by the pill bottles on the table. How the fuck do you try to save someone with an unloaded shotgun and forget to grab the shells? Terrible fucking survivors. Someone almost deserves to get eaten to teach them a goddamn lesson. Load the gun, then be a hero, goddammit. Luckily, Daniel Salazar isn't totally useless, grabs the gun, and shoots the walker. Thank God somebody doesn't suck here and knows how to fucking survive. I take back every bad thing I said before about him being shady. We find out later they escaped El Salvador, so they've probably seen plenty of shit in their days, which makes them survivors already. Then Alicia starts screaming while being attacked by Susan and brings everyone outside to her aid, to which she elbows Chris in the nose in a pure fight or flight reaction in order to survive, which is not her fault because dumbass was holding her down and she was losing her shit. So they start saying Susan is sick and asking if she's been bit, which you can't tell through the fence, but Nick actually says what every hardcore fan has been screaming at their TVs for weeks. She's not sick, she's dead. Hallelujah, fucking finally. Then Alicia starts remembering Matt and says he's not like that. Sorry, honey, your boyfriend died, turned, and ate his parents when they came home. Luckily for them, Susan was an older lady when she was alive, so as a walker she's not as strong or as fast as the others, so she's not entirely a threat, but she's still there. Then Travis and Liza talk in the kitchen about Griselda and her injury and how Liza is only a nurse and not a doctor, and that her injury is only going to get worse. At this point I realize that Griselda is going down. She's going to die, and turn and probably eat either her husband or daughter or both or someone else. My point is that she either needs to be dealt with now, or just left behind. You find out that Daniel doesn't have any family to come get them, and his plan is just to leave the others and the three of them survive on their own because, quote-unquote, they are not family. Which I can understand to a certain point. It's hard to trust strangers in times like that. However, they don't know what's going on, they have an injured member who can't walk and will slow them down, they have no plan whatsoever. So leaving is just fucking stupid. Later, Madison is talking to Liza and asks her to put her down if she ever returns and says, "Don't make Travis do it, it'll break him," which is a pretty fucking heartless thing to say to his ex-wife, who probably broke down when Travis and her split. Simply another reason to add to my I hate Madison list. Now, I get their emotional attachment to Susan, but leaving her growling at them from behind the fence is just fucking stupid. She's dead, not sick, and needs to be put down before she finds a weak point in the fence and comes for them. I don't care if it's your best friend, put them down. If it was a disease, you've all been exposed anyway. Madison actually attempts to sack up and put Susan down before they leave, but Travis stops her? What the ever-loving fuck? Madison was so damn close to sucking a little less, but instead listens to Travis and his bullshit about Susan being her friend and that there might be a chance to save her, and he takes the hammer away from her before she can do something stupid. Which is fucking stupid in and of itself. No doubt countless fans were again yelling at their TVs to put her down and not leave her to kill someone else, but alas, Madison allows herself to be swayed and fucking sucks again. Twice in one episode. Fucking awesome. So the family finally gets ready to leave when fucking Madison notices Susan's husband Patrick come home. They try to warn him, but the helicopters overhead make it hard to hear and they rush to stop him before he walks into danger. Which is another major fucking blunder in my opinion. I say let him get fucking eaten and get your own damn family to safety. Screw everyone else. Just as Patrick is about to get bitten by his walker wife, the army shows up and puts her down. I know the army showing up is supposed to be a good thing, but we all know that the army safe zones are really bad places to be, and that eventually they bomb the major cities in an attempt to stop the infected. So the family is still trapped in their own home under army orders, and while they are still together in a relatively safe place, even the army has no idea what's really going on or how to stop it. When Travis says, "The cavalry has arrived, things are gonna get better now," I want to fucking punch him, because we all know it's not gonna get even remotely better. So I'll add him along with Madison in my I fucking hate you and will not be sad if you get eaten by a walker unless you show me you're worth a damn list. Overall, a decent episode that is sufficiently creepy with the power going on and off and finding more danger, but also still fucking annoying because some of the characters are still super naive and can't follow through on putting down walkers. I know it's realistic that people would be thinking that it could be a virus that could be cured, but when you know how things turn out in a few weeks from now for them, it's really fucking annoying because it still feels like we're being handheld through our own fandom and it pisses me off. I also realize they could be doing it this way for those who are new to the Walking Dead franchise, but come on. At least meet us halfway, fuckers.